Good morning, everybody. This is Connor from Futures Analytica, bringing you guys another scheduled live stream. Today, we're going to be trading NQ futures with the Polarity automated trading interface. We're going to start the day here by switching to regression mode. Had the wrong swap there selected again somehow. Here, let's bring up our execution feed again here. Unfortunately there, we ended up losing that trade. Let's swap to currency and show our P&L when flat. There we go. Just got put into a long position here. Ended up winning that one pretty quickly, up to $131 in profit, so we're out of the red. Just got put into another trade. This time it's a short position. Ended up winning that one pretty quickly, up to $444 on the day. We are staying in regression mode due to this large amount of chop around this zone, as well as the small amount of delta divergences around this area. We had one at 759 where we had that previous high. We also have this area here where we are trading off of. It's a derived zone. Just got put into a long position. Hi there, Marsh. Additional indicators added to your chart do not cross-contaminate the model. You can add additional indicators without it affecting the model. Just got put into a long position here. We may have to swap out of regression, but again, we did get the formation of this zone, which is going to keep us likely outside of this area unless we blow right through it. So I'm glad we're still in regression. But what we're looking for to swap to trend is some kind of clear movement that is devoid of chop. Hi there, Chandra. There is, in fact, a video tutorial for the installation of the newest update available on our channel. We got placed into a short position. We ended up winning that one pretty quickly. Um, hey, Dave, not sure what you mean by could you show the line drawn from buys to sells? Hey, Peter, I start trading at that time because it is actually 8 a.m. for me, Pacific Standard Time, and this allows me to be extremely consistent in my trading. Volatility at market open is extremely unstable. You'll find day to day volatility will be very varied between those times, and I find that at 11, I am able to consistently trade and get a very stable number of trades per hour when trading around this time. It's also pretty consistently a regression zone, whereas in market open, you're going to be swapping. A lot of times, you're actually going to be in trend mode where it may seem like you should be in regression, but due to the volatility and speed at which the market's moving, um, trend is the best option sometimes. Just got put into a long position here. Gotcha, Dave. Thank you for that clarification about the lines drawn from where you buy and where you sell. Unfortunately, I do have that setting enabled, but with a strategy enabled, NinjaTrader does not like to show it unless you have the strategy disabled. I'd have to use a third-party plugin to show that, which at the end of the day, I really should have that for you guys. So thank you for the suggestion, and I will find a way to implement that for my next stream. Hey Matt, you can absolutely add runners to the strategy. You do that with the ATM strategy interface over here. So fortunately, the way that we do our automated strategies is that they use ATM strategies for their entries. So what this means is that you have the full flexibility of using any kind of ATM strategy configuration that you would usually have with NinjaTrader. So for me, I have an automatic stop chase, meaning my stop loss moves up to around, I think, 5 ticks away from my break even. Um, once we reach a certain amount of profit. This minimizes our losses when we do lose and without affecting our gains most of the time. Hey Ollie, we don't have any level 2 data necessary with Polarity. That's going to be included with the L2 azimuth. We found that implementing level 2 data with Polarity was counterintuitive in a lot of the ways that we traded it, and we need to actually have its own module to where the two data points are not conflicting. Thank you, Anna Reyes. Appreciate the comment. Hey there, Rogue Link. Make sure you're trading NQ and not ES. Usually I trade ES, so that may be a point of confusion. And if you're using NQ, make sure you actually swap to the NQ workspace, because the chart settings are going to be different between ES and NQ. Just got placed into a long position, ended up winning that one quite quickly, up to 2,300 on the day now. Hey there, Digital Crown. Thank you for the question. Yes, it's absolutely possible to add additional indicators to train a model with. You'd simply do that at the model training stage. Just got filled into a short position here. Unfortunately, that's going to end up with another loss for us, getting us back down to around $2,000 in profit. We're going to switch to trend here at this point. This is due to the large amount of correlated delta and price movement in the long direction. Ended up getting filled there on a short position. Hey there, Ferorbi. Thank you for the question. I think a couple of those concepts are covered in the guidebook, but if you are a current customer and you need further clarification, let me know. But Your question was, what is the strategy when setting up in one direction or another? So the way I use it is very directionally neutral. You can see here I have it with arm long and arm short enabled. This means that I don't have to worry about what direction we're trading in. The only thing that I really have to worry about with the way I trade it is switching between trend and regression. Trend essentially means that the market is not choppy. Regression means that it is choppy. So over here you'd be in regression mode, and over here you'd be in trend mode. And your question was, how do we act when we see a bullish candle with an imbalanced bid? Do we set up long or short? So that's an interesting question. You would not actually take any action at that point. You don't really look at imbalances for things like that. You don't. The strategy actually enters the trades for you. If you saw a bullish candle with an imbalanced bid, um, the strategy would likely just take a trade for you if the adversary detection did not filter out that trade. Just got filled into a short position here. You can see very clearly, very obvious trend mode selection at this point. Your last question was, what is the difference between trend and arm both with a trend? I'm not sure exactly what that means. Trend is a mode, so this is not a toggle on and off. If the strategy is armed, that is how you actually are taking trades. If we bounce off this zone here, we're going to swap to regression. Up to $2,900 in profit now. Also, guys, I've changed my live stream schedule to be every Monday and every Friday at 8 a.m. So you no longer need to be able to be guessing on when my schedule is. Every Monday and Friday, I will be live streaming. Of course, I will make announcements if that changes. Like, for example, if it's a holiday on a Monday or a Friday, I obviously cannot trade that day if the market's closed. So we'll just move that to Tuesday, or we'll make changes as we see fit. Okay, you can see here that we've actually had some confluence around this zone here on this green level. We've swapped to regression to try and take advantage of that. Just got put into a long position here. Ended up winning that one pretty quickly, up to $3,500 now. Got placed into a long position here. Unfortunately, we ended up losing that trade, bringing us down to $3,300. Just going to move my chart trader around for you guys to show this is in fact a normal setup. We don't have any overlays going on here. And you guys can see my actual account name along with timestamps of each trade over here. Okay, very clearly we have a trend switch here. We've broken through this zone. And of course, we got a long position. So hopefully this uptrend continues. Sadly there, we ended up losing that trade after swapping. Just got swapped to regression here. Hey there, Carlos. Thank you for the question. Yeah, it's absolutely possible to use a different market data when trading on prop firms. You can do this just by connecting to the market data you want to use before connecting to Rhythmic. Hey there, my stop loss is 16 and my take profit is 17 with NQ. Thanks for the question. See there, almost missed out on that trade just by not being able to see it, but we ended up getting filled into a short position and winning that trade shortly after. Hey there, Marsh. So the ghost footprint, as you've called it, up ahead over here. I like that name. This is called the pullback bar. This is an addition that we have added to the Analytica Chart 4 Plus. This just shows the most recent footprint data since the last high or low. So if we reached a new low here and then we swapped to a different direction, we would get a new footprint data. You can see there as that has happened. This can help us make more informed decisions about different zones. This isn't really as used in the trading style I'm using for Polarity. I actually want to highlight different trading styles to use with Polarity to make you more of a power user of this software as we continue forward. I'm pretty excited about that. But with this current this is the most basic way to use it, where you're just having an arm both all the time and just swapping to trend and regression. That is a good way to do it. Hey there, Carlos. I'm not sure if you had heard what I said, but with Rhythmic, if you want to trade a different data provider when using a funded account, you'll simply need to connect to that data provider before you connect to Rhythmic and have, of course, a chart loaded up there. You can see we lost a short position trade there. I mean, a long position trade there. So we're going to definitely switch to trend. You can see we've had consecutive downtrends here. We got filled into a short position, ended up winning that one quite quickly. But what you'll want to be paying attention to here are these numbers: negative 36, negative 31, negative 44. And you can see those numbers are all correlated with the movement of that bar. We're getting a downtrend in price as well as negative delta. That's going to be a very clear indication that we'll be in trend. Hey there, Colton. Thank you for the question. You had asked a question previously about entry, and you have another one. And your question is this the movement of market with delta, and can it be negative, aka positive delta, but the market moves down? Yes, absolutely. So this is an example. That would be an example of a delta divergence. Let's go and find one over here. You can see here we had positive delta at 821 with 43 positive delta, but negative price movement. Um, this would be an indication of regression mode around this zone here. And you can see that you can definitely find patterns in the market with just seeing those little imbalances there, or those little divergences there. Hey, Marsh, that's a correct assumption on behavior if you're only trading during normal market hours. We switched to regression there and got filled into a trade pretty quickly. Was just placed into a long position there. And we got up to 5,000 on the day now. Getting a lot of consecutive trades now in regression. Some pretty good wins here. I think that we're probably going to call it at this point. We're up to 5,000 on the day, which has been our profit target for a while now. Had some really solid wins today. I think our win rate hovered around 80%, which is super solid. I'm really happy with that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We're going to be live streaming again. Actually, we're going to do an extra live stream on Wednesday, and we'll have an additional one on Friday. So if you're interested in watching those live streams, be sure to tune in on Wednesday at 8 a.m. as well as Friday at 8 a.m. That's, of course, Pacific Standard Time. That's going to be 11 a.m. Eastern. But guys, thank you so much for today, and I appreciate the questions you guys asked today. Looks like we got filled into a last trade here. Let's see if we can win it. That would be unfortunate if we lost it, but I guess that put us back down to 5,000. We're a little bit below our entry here. Yeah, unfortunately we lost that one, so we're just right below 5,000 in profit today. No matter, that's okay. I'm still pretty happy with how we did today. And guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys.